My son's hands trembled as he handed me the tablet. "Dad, my teacher doesn't know I recorded this. You need to hear it." His voice quivered like a child's, that mix of fear and awe when you stumble upon something adults try to hide. He looked at me, eyes wide, scared of what I might find. Scared for me. I pressed play. Static first, then a voice. Soft, familiar, my wife's voice. "Tell your father nothing about what we talked about." "Okay." Not a word. She laughed quietly afterward, a laugh that held a secret in its breath. I stopped the recording. The silence that followed weighed heavier than any sound. I looked at my son. His eyes were wide, terrified. He didn't fully understand what he'd uncovered. Not yet. "Pack a few things," I told him. "Why?" "Because some truths don't wait until morning," I said. The drive was silent. He fell asleep in the back seat, clutching the tablet like proof of something awful. I replayed the clip again and again as the highway stretched into darkness. Every tone, every pause, every subtle manipulation in her voice. "Tell your father nothing." That single phrase burned. I'd spent years believing in the illusion of our marriage. Predictable routines, gentle smiles, polite warmth between two people coexisting. But this wasn't spontaneous. It was rehearsed. Her tone wasn't fear, it was control. She wasn't protecting him. She was protecting herself from me. 2 hours north at the cabin, I tucked my son into bed. He slept easily. Innocence shields itself until it can't anymore. I sat by the window, watching frost creep across the glass. The stars above were indifferent. I had questions, but I already knew the answers would fracture something inside me. I waited until dawn before opening her messages. The chat history was hidden under a password I'd seen her type hundreds of times. Her mother's birthday. She never thought I paid attention. Inside, the truth unfolded like rot beneath wallpaper. Names I didn't recognize. Times that matched her work trips. Money transfers. Photos. Nothing explicit, yet intimate enough to leave no doubt. And then the messages about our son. He's asking questions again. Keep him quiet until I fix this. Fix what? Every instinct, the soldier, the strategist, awoke quietly, methodically. I needed to know everything before acting. I retrieved a small drive from my briefcase, the kind I hadn't used since my military days. I cloned her cloud backups, emails, encrypted folders. She'd been planning something. Something that involved both of us, and an account in my name I'd never opened. By sunrise, I had it all. My hand steady, my pulse calm. Anger had been replaced by calculation. She wasn't just unfaithful. She was erasing me, crafting a future where I would be the villain. I made coffee, watched the sky turn pale, and began planning the return of truth. When she called, her voice was calm. "Where are you?" I could hear the script running in her mind. Concern first, then guilt, then justification. At the cabin, I paused and said, my voice trembling just slightly, "You took him?" "He's sleeping," I replied. He told me about the recording. Silence. "Then I can explain." "I know," I said. "You always can." I sent her a file transfer link, all her messages, all her secrets. I heard her breath catch as it uploaded, the sound of truth arriving. "Why?" she whispered. "Why go through my things?" "Because you lied. Because you used my son to hide it. Because you thought I wouldn't notice." I said none of that. I simply wanted to hear her voice. Then I hung up. That was the first moment she realized the rules had changed. The next day, we returned home. She was waiting. Eyes red, makeup gone, hands shaking like my son's the night before. "I never wanted to hurt you," she said. "Then why did you—" She looked down, as if the answer might be on the floor. "It wasn't supposed to go this far." "It never is," I said. I handed her the tablet. "He recorded you. That's what saved us." Her eyes widened. She realized she'd lost control. Not just the narrative, but the one thing she'd underestimated, the innocence she tried to manipulate. I didn't shout, didn't accuse. I simply stood there, letting her drown in what she had built. Then I told her the truth. "I've already sent everything to the lawyer, the bank, every account, every message." You don't have to lie anymore. You're free. Freedom, I've learned, is the cruelest punishment. That night, my son slept peacefully again. He would never know the full story, and he didn't need to. I stood outside, breathing cold air until the numbness felt real. There's a silence after betrayal, sharper than rage. It doesn't break you, it refines you. In the window's reflection, I saw my own face. Calm, empty, free. Tomorrow, she would move out. Tomorrow, the house would be mine again. Quiet, clean, real. I glanced at the tablet one last time, at the pause recording that had undone everything. Tell your father nothing. I smiled faintly. She should have known. In this family, we listen. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, share, and comment. Subscribe to Cheating Stories Insight World for more gripping stories.